How many people know the real you? Who is the real you? And how well do you really know yourself? Let's be real. Most people define themselves by where they fit into society, be that which group, which side, which community, which label they identify as. The truth is, you precious, beautiful, unique human being. If you really want to expand your consciousness and find your true self, your purpose, your power to really change your life, you need to stop playing society's game. Stop thinking small. Stop getting attached to labels. You need to let all of that go and become nothing. In this episode, you're going to learn how to let go of all of your ideas about yourself, how to fall into the abyss of nothingness, and in doing so, you'll discover your true infinite magnificence and power on a soul level. This is deep mystical training, and I know you can do it. I help people all the time to do things they never thought was possible because I see how truly amazing they are. So stick with me, and I'll take you into the void. So hello, and welcome to my jungle. This is Anna Pashanti, and today you're going to discover your true essence by becoming nothing. This training is for those brave souls who are ready to break through to the next level. There is nothing to fear except realizing how magnificent and incredible you truly are. And so if you can handle that, then listen up. If you feel like you've lost yourself in this noisy world and are struggling to either fit in or to be authentic, just stop for a second. Stop trying, stop searching, stop ruminating, stop journaling, stop talking, stop thinking. Just become nothing. Why? Well, the reason that you can't quite pinpoint your true essence or identity by looking at this noisy world and trying to figure out where you fit in is because you're so much bigger than that. At your core, you are infinite. You are immortal. There are no limits to who you truly are. I really want you to take that in. You are free beyond bounds. And I want you to claim that. That's why you'll hear me talk again and again about being rebellious souls, about rewilding our souls, because when we go back to our true nature, we realize that we are innately, infinitely powerful, infinitely compassionate, and infinitely wise. And we are not separate from the divine source of all things that exist. When we break free from the confines of what we believe about ourselves, we come to know that we are truth itself. Our essence is pure consciousness, unbounded and free. What happens when you realize this? You have unshakable confidence. You stop striving and fighting and resisting, and you start to relax. You start to trust yourself and your choices, and you're not afraid of stillness or even nothingness. So how do you get to this place of quiet certainty? Well, actually, there is nowhere to go. You stop, you become still, you lean back, and you let yourself fall backwards into that luminous void. Let me paint a picture for you. About a decade ago, when I was a little newer to my spiritual path, I started having lucid dreams where I would realize I was dreaming and I could control the dream. Each time I enthusiastically informed my dreamscape that I wanted to see the divine source beyond all things. And so instantly the images and the objects and the beings in the dream began to dissolve into light. It looked exactly like those old film strips that used to overheat and burn through in the light of the projector that was beaming the images onto the screen on the other side of the room. What was left was a light so bright it was blinding. And each time I was thrown out of the dream with a jolt, my ego wasn't ready. It probably thought it was going to die. And so it resisted. It woke me up. And Yes, your old identity and your ideas about yourself as a small, powerless little human being are going to have to go. They're going to have to dissolve into the blinding light of pure awareness, because you're going to embody your true, unbounded divine essence, which is so much bigger than that. And when you do that, you won't cease to exist, but rather you'll live life in the flow state. When your intuition will guide you and divine source will just stream through you, you'll feel connected and powerful, and you'll integrate all parts of yourself, light and dark, and you'll finally know peace. At this point, I can enter the void at will because I feel it in my bones. I have befriended stillness and the infinite. Challenges still come up in my life, but they no longer feel like they're the end of the world. Whenever I start to lose myself, which still happens, I return to the luminous void. In becoming nothing, I find that I am infinite and free beyond bounds. So what is the luminous void? Words, of course, will never suffice to describe the infinite source from which we all come. Of course, that infinite ocean of unrealized possibilities that is pure consciousness itself. Seen from within the universe, which is full of movement and light and energy, the source field beyond it appears to be a black void. But when witnessed from within the void itself, when you place your awareness fully in the void, it appears full of light. Light without a source, unmoving, perfectly still, but still full of creative potential to generate universes upon universes simply out of the desire to see itself. Tibetan Buddhists call this the Öse, the clear light of existence. The Sufis call it the Nur al-Aswad, the dazzling darkness or the black light. The Zohar calls it the Botsina de Kardanuta, the lamp of darkness that glows in the heart of the Ein Sof, the infinite. Medieval and Renaissance mystics in Germany spoke of the Überhelle Nacht, the super bright night. And quantum physics calls it the zero-point field, in which particles are continuously created and destroyed in the eternal fullness of potential electromagnetic energy. And the particles are just existing in superposition in multiple states simultaneously until observation collapses them into a single reality. You see, physics now mirrors the mystics, who describe the void as a state where the duality between light and dark has not yet collapsed into either one. It's both light and dark at the same time. And so what the scientists will someday find is that their dark matter is really consciousness. And so the void is pure consciousness. It's pure stillness. It is a light so blinding, it appears to be dark as night. Now, to reach the void, we will not seek or strive or march forward, but rather lean back. That is, relax, surrender, and just fall backwards into meditation, into the blinding light of pure source consciousness. That is how you place your awareness in the luminous void. That is how you experience your true infinite self in pure peace and stillness. We get there through gentleness, through stillness, through relaxation, through letting go. Don't worry, I've recorded a meditation that will gently guide you into that luminous expanse. The link is in the description, and it's called the Luminous Void. Because in the clear light of stillness, your body, mind, and heart know how to heal themselves. There you allow the layers of trauma and egoic structure and form and identity just to dissolve into the light of awareness. And you find that more of your divinity is shining through your being, and that you are more in the flow of peace and equanimity all day, no matter what happens. It doesn't mean that problems won't arise, but you'll meet them with peace and quiet certainty that everything is happening in divine order. So if you'd like more, you're invited to join us at anupashanti.com. And if you'd like to learn more about finding source within, check out the first episode here. Namaste.